Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Jankos after a disappointing day 6 here at Worlds. What are your immediate thoughts after those 2 games against Griffin?
Well, I'm always very sad that we lost, but I'm more mad at myself and at overall our team that we performed kind of poorly, because we made, as a team and individually, we made a lot of mistakes, and we would get kind of caught when we shouldn't, and we just got all played. I also feel like the drafts were kind of questionable, because it's not even about the draft, but about how we prepared for them, and I feel like we played more into their hand, something they were more comfortable with, and they did the same thing against us in the first game, so it felt like we kind of were more comfortable in the first game we played against Griffin. They were more comfortable in those 2 games. So I'm disappointed in myself because I don't feel like I really played well. I think Tarzan was playing much better than me. I think also they, as a as jungle and support, they play way better together. And they would caught me and Mickey a lot when we were trying to face check stuff. So I feel like they were kind of had priority on the map a lot, and we would get caught because of it. So I feel like those are few mistakes we need to fix, because same mistakes would happen in scrims, and I don't think it's very difficult to fix it. I think by watching some games, talking, and just being more aware, we can do it, right? So I think still losing is a good experience in a way where we can improve. Obviously, it's going to be way tougher now to make it all the way to the finals, because there is a world where we face SKT right up, and we have a really hard quarterfinals. But at the same time, if we don't really beat the teams that we have to face right now, we will probably not win anyway. And losing to Griffin means just that, we have more things to look at and hopefully learn from them.
Of course, there is some good news as well. Last year at Worlds, the eventual Worlds winner also came out of groups as second seed, so there's definitely the chance to make it all the way. But that said, you got to play both sides of the Lee Sin-Kiana matchup. What are your overall thoughts on that one so far?
Well, I think that he played better on both sides, but I also feel like their draft was much smarter around Kiana and playing with it and against it. And that's why I feel like they were more prepared when it comes to that pack, because we just kind of, we think Kiana is good, right? But so we kind of forced it, but then what they picked into it is Ornn and Galio, which makes me unable to kill anyone. And then all they have to do is just play with Rakan, and whenever Rakan has ult, it's hard for us to play with mid priority that Galio has, because he can always ult. So I feel like they had a really good idea on how to play their drafts, and we didn't really have an idea on how to play our drafts. We just locked in what we thought was strong. And this is where draft mistakes come in. Overall, how we prepared is pretty bad. We also got outperformed. We also made a lot of mistakes. So there's a lot of things that actually made us lose, right? It's not only one thing. So I would say I'm happy with it, but I'm obviously really sad. But at least we got exposed now, and if we don't fix it, we will lose, and we are out in quarters. If we do, we can go really high. So sure, I take it, and I just prepare for next week.
That's, of course, the correct attitude to have. Now, that said, the second game in particular looked a lot more shaky even than the first one, and that was already a bit rough to watch. Was there a lot of early game mistakes, a lot of getting caught and that kind of stuff, giving Griffin early kills? Was there maybe some communications issues, or just people seemed a bit more zoned out than what we're usually used to from G2?
No, I think we had... we didn't really have a game plan, I could say, so that we made a lot of mistakes, but the way where the games kind of swung in one way was when they swapped top in both games. When they swapped to top side, we would face check Tribush in the second game, and both me and Mickey would die, then we would lose Herald. The same thing happened in game number 1, where we tried to retake Tribush. Gragas would face check Tribush, I would face check the River Brush, and I would just get one shot, and Shen would die, and Kale would TP and also die. So I feel like that was the biggest swing that happened in both games, and this is the crucial mistake we have to for sure fix. They kind of forced us to make a mistake there, and we made a mistake, and without it, I think both games would be really playable. I think the second game was harder overall because, like I mentioned, I feel like they were way more prepared about the Kiana draft, and even though we got it in the second game, they just had a really good game plan around it, how to play against it, how to try to invade me with stronger lanes and stuff. So they were really well prepared, and hopefully we can prepare the same way for quarterfinals. But at the same time, even with a better draft, we would probably make same mistakes, we'll still lose. So it's a bit of both.
Fair. One thing I noticed while watching all of today's games was, except for you guys' first game, Red side won all the games today. Do you think that there's any reason for that as well?
I think flex picks are really strong right now, and obviously if you flex something on the red side, you can get a counter matchup on at least one lane. Flexing stuff on blue side is a bit worse. We also have different priorities. I don't want to say too much, just in case someone is listening, but I don't think red side is necessarily stronger than blue side. I just felt like Griffin played better than us, and I don't know which other teams played, right? I mean, Cloud9 almost lost and stuff, and I wouldn't really look at Cloud9 or HQA to learn from. So obviously I would like to watch tomorrow's games, the RNG Fnatic SKT group, and see how it does there. But I mean, I think our performance, not today, but in the 2 Griffin games, was just kind of poor. And obviously Griffin is above HQA Cloud9. Maybe that's why we didn't look as shaky against those teams, right? And we just kind of won around 20 minutes. But yeah, against Griffin, they've just punished our early mistakes, snowballed the game, and it was just lost.
Fair point. Now, that said, we talked a lot about the stuff that didn't go so well. What are some general thoughts you would like to give EU fans along the way to stay motivated for the upcoming best of 5 that G2 will, of course, play?
I mean, well, like you mentioned, IG was second seed last year and they won the world, so it's just a part of a great plan. We just wanted to make sure that we can face SKT before they get to the finals, because what if they would lose, right? So we just want to make sure to play SKT. No, but I mean, I think we are still a good team, and looking at Splice and Fnatic performance, we are probably still, I would say we are the strongest team from Europe, and Fnatic has a really tough group, so I don't even know if they will make it out or not. I hope they will. I hope they will play better than they were, or I hope they will fix some of their drafts. But personally, I mean, even though we did get outperformed, I did get outperformed, I think I can play better. I also have full trust in Mickey playing better in the upcoming games, and not only us, right? I mean, everyone was getting caught, but I feel like mid support were the biggest difference, you know, how they would play around vision and how they would pick on us. So I think we have a lot to learn from with Mickey, and I mean, we will not give up, right? I mean, it's sounds really cheesy, but what else do I do now? What else do I tell you to have hope in us? I will not say that we'll just stomp everyone, because that's not true, right? We still won't give up. We will just learn from mistakes, and we will come back stronger, and we'll probably take the next PO5.
You guys just didn't want to face Splice in quarterfinals. That's the true reason, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was also the second reason, is that, you know, we don't really want to have a Euro versus Europe. We hope that we can make Splice in the final and not already in quarterfinals. So good luck to Splice, whoever they face. Maybe they face Griffin and they beat them, you know. Who knows, right? But for us, we will just focus on quarters, whoever we face, if it's FPX, SKT, or one of the Team Liquid, IGWG. I'm not sure which one is the strongest there, but I mean, I still have a lot of confidence, and I don't really feel bad about losing this, you know. Obviously, I would prefer to be the first seed, but if we have to win the whole thing, we still have to go through any team.
Exactly. Just remember MSI, you know, group stage also kind of went shaky here and there. And then
the second week group stage went shaky, right? So the second day of groups went shaky, so now...
It's all lining up here. It's all making sense. If you just connect the puzzle pieces, that's what you need to do. Anything you would like to say to the G2 fans out there?
I mean, obviously there's more reasons to hate us, because we are really cocky and people don't necessarily like it. But I personally think it's really fun, because we bring a lot of banter, and we are overall a team that has a lot of fun on stage, just playing well. And sure, now we lost, so you may hear other voices I knew G2 is bad and they finally got punished for the shit talk. But honestly, I don't really care. We will keep shit talking, and we will keep playing well, you know. And there is a reason why we are the best team in Europe, and I think that even though we didn't perform to our expectations in the 2 games against Griffin, I feel like we can still play really well. So we just try our best and see how we it basically won't impact our personality, the lose, and we'll just see what happens. So keep believing in us, keep cheering for us, and I think we can still make you proud. At least take some teams to 5 games, and worst case we lose.
Hashtag nerves of steel. Given that the G2 players are unfathomed by these losses.
Sure, that's fine.
Hashtag nerves of steel. If you watched until the end, thank you so much. Of course, this was Darius from the Shotcaller here from Day 6 of Worlds 2019. Joined by Jankos. Make sure to follow him. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnowicz, Erich Althaus, Lukas Legal, Lazy Raven, and Adam Novosviat for your continuous and very special support, and of course all the people whose names you see scrolling past you right now. We have a lot of amazing projects, and of course Worlds 2019 in Europe coming up, so thank you so much for supporting us and enabling us to do our work. Thank you.